am I?
You're in Orange County.
No one's an Angels fan? Ever since you guys lost Ohtani?
Well, I mean,
Angels are even Angels fans.
How's it going? I'm here at VINOPOP number 66. VINOPOP, as you might know or may not know, is a winemaker pop-up event that has been going on for almost 4 years, and this is event number 67. The purpose of VINOPOP is to bring the tasting room experience out of the tasting room, and one of the ways that we do that is by having the privilege of having winemakers come down and present their wines, coursed out, 5 wines over a 2-hour period. And today we are at the beautiful Pendry Hotel in Newport Beach, and across from me I have EDGAR TORRES, the founder, winemaker, vintner of Bodega de EDGAR and Songs Winery. EDGAR, thanks for coming down again. This is your 3rd time you're doing VINOPOP, man. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. It's fun to do them. Really appreciate you giving me another opportunity. And yes, this is my 3rd time doing this.
Well, I have to ask you, why do you keep doing it, EDGAR? You got so many things to do.
Well, it's always great to share the newest and the latest with everybody, and I have a strong following down here, and it keeps evolving with your group.
Awesome. EDGAR, let's talk about the 5 wines you brought tonight. This is what gets everybody excited. So you brought 5 wines that we're going to be drinking over a course of 2 hours, listening to your stories. Tell us about the first wine.
So we brought Albarino, which is our barrel age program. So it's our reserve Albarino that was aged in French oak for about 7 months before we bottled it, and it's something that is specially just made for the tasting room. So with the whole concept of bringing the tasting room down here, we decided to bring some of those wines that are dedicated for just the tasting room.
Oh man, thank you. So you know what's interesting about you, Albarino? The first time I ever heard of you, I was out at a restaurant with a couple of winemakers and Chris Toronto, and they were like, we're ordering wines, and they're like, oh, we got to get this Albarino. And I'm like, well, who's the producer? Who's the winemaker? They're like, oh, this guy named EDGAR TORRES. And they were hyping this wine up. Like, your Albarino is what winemakers buy at full price when they go out to restaurants, man. So you obviously are doing something right with that specific program.
I do. I love it. It's a compliment. I do have some great friends that send me pictures when they're out and about and they buy a bottle. So it's a refresher. It's a easy drinking, but we're making it in 3 different styles. So the one that is out in the restaurants by the glass, it's 100% stainless steel. The one that we brought tonight has a little more textural, more complexity because of the French oak being used in there.
I love it. Let's talk about the second wine.
The second one is our Tempranillo. So being a bodega, Spanish influence and focus with Spanish grapes, the 2 main varietals that I do 100% has to be Albarino and Tempranillo. So I decided to bring 1 out of the 3 Tempranillos that we make.
I love it. What's the third one?
Third one is Piorato. Piorato is kind of that similar style blend to the Piura region, kind of paying my respect to some of my favorite producers there by almost making a similar blend as they do.
Yeah, I know you actually take a lot of time to study the wines that are your favorite, that are sort of benchmark wines of those regions, of those grapes, and you try to emulate them or make your version of those, given that you're in Paso and not in Spain.
Correct. I mean, we try really hard. Different temperatures, different climates of growing seasons and so on each side of the world, but we really try to emulate flavors, aromas, to see the relations behind the varieties and the blending style here in Paso as they do it over in Spain. So.
Let's talk about the 4th wine. And by the way, you came twice before.
Yeah.
Once with Bodega wines,
yeah.
Bodega de EDGAR wines. Second time you came with All Songs, which is a separate project, more of a homage to French wines, or taking inspiration from French wines. And today we're doing a portfolio tasting, means we get Bodega de EDGAR wines, and then we get Songs wines. So the 4th wine is from Songs, right?
Correct. So the next 2 wines, the 4th one is our Grenache, which the varietal Grenache has been in my heart since day one. The first wine I ever made was Grenache. So we do 3 Rhones and 3 Bordeaux under Songs wines. That's it. 6 wines, less than 100 cases per wine right now.
Wow.
So yeah, we brought that just because Grenache is my love affair in the wine industry.
I love it. Give me I love Grenache too. So give me a characteristic that I'm looking for in your Grenache. What am I looking for?
Ooh, beautiful red spice aromatics, kind of rose petals, aspects of components, a little cinnamon flavor behind it as well. Just red fruits, lots of red fruits.
Perfect. What's the fourth wine? Sorry, fifth wine. Where we
The
at?
fifth wine is kind of a new discovered love affair with a new varietal, or a varietal new to me for about 4 years, Cabernet Franc. You know, we grown up in California, we all know Cabernet Sauvignon. I do like Merlot as well, but Cabernet Franc is a little bit more challenging to, you know, call the pick on when to harvest it, and stylistically how to make it, because there is a couple variations the way the French present Cabernet Franc in the south of France and Loire Valley, and versus what Napa does it over here too. And I think Cabernet Franc is the father figure to both Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon, so it's really kind of fun to play with it and showcase it in this style that I brought, similar to the Napa producers.
I love that. I can't wait to try it. I've actually not tried your Cabernet Franc. I'm a huge Cabernet Franc fan. And when you're talking about it's the father, what you really mean, like what you're talking about is Cabernet Sauvignon, which we all know, correct me if I'm wrong, is a child grape of a love affair between Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Franc. They got together and the baby is Cabernet Sauvignon.
Correct. That's kind of the whole idea. And then the name of the song on this wine, we call it The Man That He Sees in Me, which is by Luke Combs, one of my favorite titles of his. And it's kind of a fun message, that theme naming of that wine every year. It changes songs names with the father figure situation, a message behind the song itself.
I love it. The second way another way we're bringing your tasting room down is by playing music that you would love to play in your tasting room. And why don't you tell us what it is, kind of music influence that Edgar has?
Well, just to kind of get warmed up is always the 90s hip hop aspect of what I grew up with, but we go all over the board. So,
I love it.
yeah.
Edgar, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.